Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Citizen Academy's Spaceship Analysis. This time, we're going to be looking at the Aegis Redeemer, a totally badass troop transport that can get the job done. So, let's materialize the ship into my hangar and get started. Would you take a look at that? If I saw this ship coming after me, I would hightail it out of there as fast as I could. This ship even looks mean. Looks like it has an attitude. So let's take a 360-degree roundabout view of this fine ship and then get down to the nitty-gritty details. Here we go.
Ship 1, landing in Hangar 99.
Now, I should start off by saying that the Aegis Redeemer is a very narrowly focused spaceship. Essentially, it's designed to fight its way into regions of conflict, drop off 6 troops, and get the hell out of there. About the only other activity it would really be suitable for that I could think of would be a militarized pirate vessel of some kind. So let's start off with the measurements of this fine vessel. She is 37.5 meters long, or 123 feet, 19.5 meters wide, or around 64 feet, and 11 meters high, or 36 feet. Now, the Aegis Redeemer is very well equipped for her specific purpose. To start off with, she has these really cool vector lock nacelle engines that are really, really unique. And I'll be showing you how these things operate later on in this video. They're nicknamed nutcrackers because these 2 nacelles here are hinged at one end and they open and close. But I'll be showing you that later on. So there are 2 of these, size TR5s, which is about a medium size engine. And there are 2 of them, so this ship has a little bit of get up and go. She's also very maneuverable. She has 12 maneuvering thrusters, size TR2s. And this is somewhat unusual for a ship of this size to have 12 maneuvering thrusters. But then again, what the ship was designed for, it kind of makes sense to have a ship that's extremely maneuverable, to be able to get in and out of really tight situations. The specifications on the RSI website for this ship do not indicate that the Redeemer comes with a jump drive, but it's widely regarded that we can assume that it does, because nearly every ship that is made for Star Citizen, with a few exceptions, will be equipped with a jump drive. And I'm thinking this is the location of the jump drive because right in back of that upper gun turret, there appears to be a jump drive intake manifold. But this is an assumed location. But then again, I looked all over the ship in my hangar and I don't see any other place where a jump drive would be fitted. As far as armaments go, the Redeemer can kick ass. She has a manned gun turret on top, size 2, and the same gun turret down below, also size 2. And then below the nose, she has another set of guns, but these are remote operated, whereas the other 2 are manned gun turrets. And then on the wings here, she has 2 size 2 wing guns, one set on either side. And in case that wasn't enough, in the tail section here, she has 5 Spark 3 missiles, size 2, and that's 5 missiles on either side of the tail, so I guess that's a total of 10. The Redeemer is also very heavily shielded. On the sides here, she has 4 size 6 shields. And again, for a ship of this size, that is a lot of shield protection. Now, the Redeemer doesn't really have much in the way of cargo storage. I mean, there's a small section in the upper level rear section of the ship that has room for about 12 standard cargo units. So when she's carrying 6 troops, you have room for 12 standard cargo units. And without troops, she can hold 24 standard cargo units, which isn't very much, but this is not a cargo transport. She has a maximum crew occupancy of 5 crew members, and as I said before, she can carry up to 6 troops. And now, through the magic of Photoshop and a little bit of video editing skills, I want to show you how those nacelles operate. It's a pretty cool looking illustration. So here again are the nacelles that I am referring to, and this is how they open and close. And as you saw in the video segment I showed you earlier, there is some sort of a energy field that emanates between the 2 nacelles on either side. And I'm theorizing that the wider the nacelles are apart, the more of an energy field is generated, which somehow makes for greater thrust. But that's just a theory. Who knows? Sure looks cool, though. Now, to give you guys a better idea of the scale of the ship, I want to do a comparison of the Aegis Redeemer with a modern-day troop transport. So what I did was I went online, and the closest thing I could find is a M1126 infantry carrier vehicle, which has a 2-man crew and can transport 9 ground troops. Now, the only alternative to this would have been one of those huge cargo aircraft transports, which are like many, many times so much huger than the Aegis Redeemer. So I think this is a better comparison as far as getting an idea of the scale. So here we go. Here is the ground transport vehicle with a little 6-foot-tall guy next to it. And from this, you could see that the Redeemer is a pretty big ship. Keep in mind that she's 123 feet long. So this is a pretty big ship for carrying 6 troops, especially when you consider that the ICV vehicle right there can hold 9 troops, and the Redeemer holds 6. But then again, this is a spacecraft, and it is armed to the teeth. In this next diagram here, you can see the generalized footprint area of where the troops are stationed inside the ship, and also that extra cargo storage area, which is on the 2nd level. So now let's take a little walking tour of the ship, and I can show you a lot more detail of what this ship is all about. Okay, here she is. Check that out. I just want to look at this gun really quick. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I like this mirrored surface. Eventually, I wonder if we're going to be able to see our reflection in these mirrored surfaces like this. Interesting. And then there is the remote gun. So that's the man turret. That's the remote gun I was referring to. Sweet. I just love the lines of this. I mean, it just looks like it means business. And these are those wing guns, at least I think they are. In the specifications on the RSI website, it says that there are wing guns. That is an intake, and that is the only thing that can be a gun, but it looks like little lights. Interesting. This looks like a storage area here. Looks like that panel opens up. And here are those nacelles. Those are so cool looking. And that's where the energy field emanates from. And there's one down below here too. Pretty cool. And this looks like a whale tail. I'm wondering what that round thing is. Landing gear, which folds up into here. And then this little panel right here closes to seal it in. Pretty cool stuff. So let's go inside. Now this door opens really fast, so I have to be quick on my toes. Damn! Almost got me. Okay. Let's close that up. Nice. Little first aid kit in there. A little control panel here. Loading ramp. Open, close. So I'm thinking that eventually this use function where you hit the F key will be replaced with actually pressing on a control panel, because there it says open and close. And this is obviously for the loading ramp because that's what it says up there in the upper left-hand corner. That'd be cool, because I think this is an immersion breaker to a certain extent. Takes away from the realism of the game. So this is the area where the 6 troops are stationed while they're being taken to wherever they're going to go to do whatever kick-ass stuff they're going to do. I like these shoulder harness restraining bars. Those are pretty cool. Nice. Seats don't look very comfortable though, do they? Not very padded. And then this here, this is the quick exit hatch that opens up so the troops can get out and onto the ground as fast as possible without having to open the door over there. They can leave from here instead. And these, I would assume, are storage compartments for each Marine. They all have their own specific locker where all their weapons and whatnot and gear are stored, because there are 3 here, and then there are 3 there. You have 3 seats there and 3 seats there. So that's what I'm thinking. Look at all that detail up in there. Neat. Pretty neat stuff. Here's one of my gripes, is you have a fire extinguisher. Looks exactly like the ones we use, but this is supposed to be 930 years in the future. You would think they would have advanced fire extinguisher technology beyond, 2015. Here's another one of them over here. And this is the access to the lower man turret. So you sit down in here, and, well, I'll show you that in a second. Over here is a gun rack. At least I believe it to be a gun rack. It sure looks like one. Ooh, boy. A lot of flicker there. This has to be fixed, obviously. So let's go in here. I'll show you how the lower man turret works. Press the F key. You sit down, and this outside door extends out into the lower gun. So what you're seeing here, this is that mirrored surface that we were looking at when we were outside. And now it's transparent, which is kind of interesting. A lot of detail in here. Pretty cramped, though. Obviously, these have to be, the hand grips need to be fixed up as well. Okay, let's exit this. So it retracts back into the ship and closes like that. And that's that. Let's close that off. Okay, let's go upstairs. See how it says open, close? This is obviously meant for this door. So again, I'm thinking this use function here, where you hit the F key, is going to go away, and you'll just hit that with your finger right here. These 4 round objects here, here, and on this side, these are those shield generators that you can see on the outside. And they protrude on through the inside. Pretty cool detail. And I assume these are the control panels or readouts that tell you the status of shields and various other systems on your ship. Yeah, see it says Aegis interface 7.1. Okay, there's some other stuff over here. So up in here is a sort of recreation area, dining area. A dining table here, a little kitchenette here. Somebody left their dirty dishes there. A little coffee machine there. I wonder if these cups are magnetically attached to the counter. So I can imagine them flying all over the place when the ship is doing some interesting maneuvers. Again, another control panel for the door that says open, auto, and close. Well, let's close that. Okay. This is the access to the gun turret that's on top of the ship, and it hasn't been made functional yet. Interesting detail there, and over on this side as well. Another control panel. These graphics are just placeholders. This isn't what the actual graphics are going to look like. They're just put there to temporarily look cool. Here are the beds. Let's get in. Wow, this is really small. If you've got claustrophobia, you wouldn't be happy taking a nap in there. I mean, look how small those are. So over here, we have the shower. which I'm not going to use. Then on this side, we have the toilet with a very tiny sink. I think eventually a mirror is going to be placed there. Oops. Let's go this way, turn around, and close the door. Then this is the upper level storage area that stores around 12 standard cargo units. It's pretty small. There really isn't not much space for anything really. Anything really substantial. Just basic gear, I would suppose. Let's close that off. Storage up above there. Some more storage compartments here. Some more computer readouts. Again, these are just placeholders. Okay, let's get in the cockpit. That is really loud. That is unnecessarily loud. Oh my gosh. So here's the cockpit. And again, these are just placeholder graphics just to make it look nice for now. Nice little joystick type controls over here and over here. The view out of this ship is really nice. You can see how slender the mullions are right here and over here. So you really get a nice unobstructed view. Except for way off to the sides here. See, this lower area gets blocked off right here. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice view. Okay, let's get out of that. Man, those shield generators are big. Okay. So that is the inside. Very, very nice. I wanted to show you that entry into the lower gun. Remember when I got into that little seat area, and there's a collar here that extends and opens into the lower gun here to form a vacuum seal. And then your seat extends down into this gun area. See, again, here's that mirrored surface where on the inside it looks absolutely transparent. So that's how that works. I just wanted to show you that just to make that clear. It's kind of hard to tell from when you're inside. Very nice. Well, there you are, the Aegis Redeemer. One badass looking ship, I must say. Very, very nice. So let's compare the Aegis Redeemer to other Star Citizen ships that might be able to serve the same function. Now, this task is going to be made fairly difficult because the Aegis Redeemer is such a specialized ship that there really isn't anything that's currently available that comes very close to what the Aegis Redeemer can do. So let me show you what I came up with. Over here on the left-hand side are all the variables that I want to compare. And on the top here is the Aegis Redeemer, the Cutlass Black, and the Freelancer Miss, which is a military variant of the Freelancer series of ships. So let's start off by comparing the engine size. The Redeemer pretty much has the Cutlass and the Freelancer beat, but not by that much of a wide margin. The Redeemer has size 5s, while the Cutlass Black and the Freelancer have size 4s. So it's a little bit more, but not much. However, when it comes to thrusters, the Redeemer has the other two beat by a wide margin. I mean, look at that. It has 12 size TR2 thrusters, whereas like the Freelancer has only 8 TR2s. And the ones on the Cutlass Black are, for the most part, smaller size thrusters. All three of them come with a jump drive, so there's not much of a difference there. Now, when it comes to shields, the Redeemer has the Cutlass and the Freelancer beat hands down. Like I mentioned before when I was showing all the various components on the ship, the Redeemer has lots of shields and large ones. So it has 4 size 6 shields. The Cutlass only has 1 size 3, and the Freelancer has 1 size 5 shield generator. So the Redeemer is very heavily protected. Also, check out all these weapons that the Redeemer has. I mean, holy cow, it's just bristling with weapons. It beats the Cutlass Black hands down. The Freelancer is fairly well outfitted with weapons, but again, not as much as the Redeemer. Now, when it comes to freight units, the Redeemer doesn't really do too well. But keep in mind that the Redeemer is not meant to haul cargo, unless, of course, you want to consider Space Marines to be a kind of cargo, I guess. As far as the crew complement goes, the Redeemer has a crew of 5, the Cutlass 3, and the Freelancer a crew of 3. So it takes a little bit more hands-on activity to handle the Redeemer as opposed to the other two. Now, a real big difference comes down to price. The Redeemer currently costs $250, the Cutlass Black $100, and the Freelancer $165. So you could buy almost 3 Cutlass Blacks for the same price as 1 Redeemer. So what this really says to me is, if you really want to specialize in a military occupation with engaging areas of combat and dropping off military troops, the Aegis Redeemer might be worth $250 for you. The Cutlass Black and the Freelancer Miss aren't even designed to transport troops. I suppose they could be outfitted within their cargo holds some sort of restraining devices to hold troops in place while the ship is flying through space and going through various maneuvers and whatnot, and in such a way the troops wouldn't be tossed all around the cargo bay. But we don't yet know if such modularity in function is going to exist for the Cutlass Black or for the Freelancer. Oh yes, and on a side note, I should mention that the Aegis Redeemer is the only ship designed so far by people who are not working for Cloud Imperium Games. This ship came about as the result of a contest called the Next Great Starship Contest, put on about, a year ago, a little over a year ago, I think. And basically CIG invited outside people, fans of the game, to design a ship, and there will be judges to choose a ship that they like the best, and the Aegis Redeemer turned out to be the winner. And so there you have it, the Aegis Redeemer, a troop transport with a kick-ass attitude. If you would like to voice your opinion on this video, please leave me a comment. And if you really want to show support for Citizen Academy, please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the link below. Until next time, this is Citizen Academy, wishing all of you fame and fortune in the verse.